to welcome Peter Judge, the aptly named, who has come to join us in the Falkland Islands. A little bit about Peter. He was born in Nottingham, which historically is probably quite a good place for a lawyer to be born. And then went on to Durham, and then Northumbria, and then he became a solicitor before becoming working on the Regional Development Agency, which our current government saw fit to get rid of. But they were, when I was working with them in UKTI about 6 years ago, an extraordinarily effective organisation for bringing inward investment into our communities. And I think that that experience will be fantastically valuable to us in the Falkland Islands.
How will your kind of previous experiences help you here in the Falklands?
Well, I hope quite a lot. I ran an organisation of about £300 million turnover, about 400 people, so about the same size as the Falkland Islands government. My first priority is to listen. So as I said before, to be in receive mode and to understand what it is people need of me and of the chambers. I need to know what skills and resources we've got, but my initial reaction is we seem to be very well placed with some very, very good and very well qualified people.
As well, you spoke about being the People's Attorney General before, and I thought that was quite nice. Can you explain to us a bit about that?
It's about not being pretentious, and it's not for me to come to the islands with my agenda. It's for me to be your Attorney General, which means that it's what the people of the Falkland Islands want. It's Falkland Islands law, it's what they want. We've got some good guidance through the island plan. And it's about giving the people of the Falkland Islands confidence in the law, confidence that the law will be properly and correctly applied, that it will have integrity at its heart in the way that it's actually put into action. And that's what I'm here to do. I'm not here to make up my own law, and I'm not here to make up my own way of doing things. I'm here to do things that the islands want about their law, and I think that's the important thing.
Do you think Peter Judge will have this very heavy burden upon his shoulders when he comes in?
Well, it is continuing with it's a lot of it is about continuing with things that are already in train. So it is about delivering on this revised laws project so that people can have access to the law. It is about consolidating the criminal law and getting that embedded and getting that sorted out. And of course, he's going to have to continue on with all the sort of work that we're doing to prepare for a potential oil industry.
I like a challenge. We've got I think my predecessor Mark and the team have laid out the challenge fairly squarely. When I spoke to MLAs, they're fully behind me in terms of at least 3 major pieces of work: revised laws, the Children Bill, and also the criminal procedure and criminal law review. So that's a well set out set of challenges, and we're staffed and up and on the case, as they say.
The judge has been quite critical of the Attorney General's chambers. Mm-hmm. What steps are you going to be taking to resolve those criticisms, really?
Well, I think first of all it's important that as far as possible there is a respectful relationship between Attorney General's chambers and the court. And so I've asked the court to list me for mention so that I may formally introduce myself as the new Attorney General to the court. There are lots of other things in train from earlier observations made by the court. So we're looking at criminal procedure, we're looking at criminal law review, and we're also looking at a thorough review of the legislative books, as it were, through the Law Commissioner post and other resources. So there's quite a lot on the cards to address those sort of things.
He's going to have his work cut out, and same with what I did. It's a big job, and it's going to, it'll take him a little while to get his feet under the table. But as I say, I'm absolutely convinced he'll do a cracking job for the Falklands. I mean, he's clearly delighted to be here and clearly loving every minute of it so far. Even in the short time you've been here, it's been great to get that forthright, practical advice that you give us, and I knew you would. So it's a real welcome on my behalf personally, and on behalf of all the Falkland Islanders here, to you as our new Attorney General. So I'd like to raise our glasses. Welcome, Peter.
Thank you all very much for the
extremely warm welcome I've received from everybody, and I really look forward to being your Attorney General, and I will promise to do my best. Thank you.